Why is nobody else protesting with us? We're not the only immigrants. Latinos are not the only immigrants. There's Europeans, there's from Africa, there's from Asia, there's from all over. Where are you guys at? Why are your people not standing with us? I know you don't want to call it upon you guys, but why are we alone in this? Go look at the videos of the protests that are going on. We are fucking alone. It's all brown-skinned people. Where are all the other races? You guys post all these fucking videos about it, but you guys ain't doing nothing with us. Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys. We are always there for you. And this is why we Latinos are just different. We're different in everything. We're different the way we work. We're different with our morals. We're just different. This is why we're so hated, because nobody will ever be like us, because we are always there when people need us. But look at right now. We're so fucking alone, and we're still fucking standing strong. I think I've never been so proud of being a fucking immigrant Latina in the USA. We're fucking amazing. We're fucking amazing. We're not the only immigrants.
Because we didn't vote for this. We didn't vote for this. Many of us did not allow white supremacy to influence our vote. We didn't let misogyny influence our vote. And we certainly didn't let anti-blackness influence our vote. Many people, particularly in my community, understood the assignment. Meanwhile, unfortunately, others from different communities failed an open book test. And it's not like there wasn't any warning. Many people in my community warned and said, hey, this is a clear and present danger. Even the clear and present danger stated that he was in fact a clear and present danger. But too many people had the mentality of, oh, well, policies for thee, not for me. They had a better than me mentality. And just as former First Lady Michelle Obama said, at some point, this ugliness will seep into everyone's lives. But it fell on deaf ears. We're resting. Ooh.
Heifer, if you don't shut your doggone mouth. Look, 92% of black women showed up. And guess what? We on vacation. So you are on your own, Sister Malone. And let me tell you another thing. Not nothing. Y'all go back and watch your video. Not nothing is special about you. You can fight. You got this. Go ahead.
Because our protest was on the 5th of November. You want to know where we're at? We're at home, watching TV with our feet up. Minding our black ass business. Some of us who happen to be a part of the Hispanic community are dragging you down to hell where you belong. Where is everybody else? Why aren't they because we did. And you laughed in our faces, antagonized us, and told us to shut our mouth. Deal with it yourself. Back to From I Go.
Latinos for Trump, it is time to embrace the consequences of your actions.
Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys.
I want to encourage you, do not protest, do not go outside and stand with none of these people who couldn't go into a voting booth and make a choice that we gave them centuries of evidence was important for them to make. Don't show up because they want to use our bodies, but they don't want to trust our intellect.
Very different, because 60% of black folks will never vote against their own community. Don't you see how one moment had you sitting here rubbing your hair talking about something we so different? No, you're not.
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latina woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us.
This Latino is very upset. That's because he voted for Trump, thinking, as he says, that the Trump administration was going to be better for our economy. The problem is, he's a business owner. He owns a detail shop. 100% of his clientele are Latinos. Latinos are the ones affected by this administration, whom he voted for. Classic FAFO. Because he voted Trump thinking that Trump was going to save somehow with a magic wand the economy.
I'm struggling a lot today, seeing all these videos of the hate going around with this mass deportation.
I keep seeing these people pop up on my FYP with the videos of the Latinos that are crying because they got their abuelitos deported, and them crying saying, "We believed your words. We believed your words." What words did you believe? Because every word he said he was going to do exactly what he's doing now. You see, the problem is a lot of y'all have been in this country for a long time. Your abuelos have been here for a long time and nothing has happened to them. So you believe that was going to be true this time around. You could vote for this man and he would look out for you. I don't know why you thought he would look out for you, because he's never fucking said that shit. In all reality, a lot of you are just anti-black and you don't want to acknowledge that. So you pretended that Trump said something that he never fucking said. And it's the same thing that I saw with the Dearborn, Michigan Muslims that voted for Donald Trump, sending him a letter immediately after they started seeing the appointments, the pro-Israel appointments, the ones that were saying that there's no such thing as Palestine appointments, that were saying you made promises to us. And Dearborn, Michigan went red for the first time ever. And we're hoping that you will uphold those promises. What promises did he make to you? Because everything that he said he would do exactly what he's doing. He said in the first presidential debate, you should have listened to him, that Joe Biden hasn't done enough for Israel, that he will do more, that he will give Israel all of the weapons that they need to finish the job. And he's not going to be like Joe Biden and stand in the way and act like a Palestinian. I will continue to make this point until I'm blue in the face. A lot of you thought that you can endure a Trump presidency before giving Kamala Harris a chance. A lot of you allow your anti-blackness and misogyny to override common sense. You saw what this lady was saying, and every single time she would give you exactly what you wanted, you would hear from her exactly what you wanted to hear. You would consistently move the goalpost to the point where you basically just acknowledge that no matter what she said, no matter what she advocated that she would do, you would have never voted for her. And that's just stupid. That's just stupid. You heard exactly what we all heard Trump say during the election cycle. But in reality, you never thought that he would actually go through with it. Again, you were willing to endure a Trump presidency than to give Kamala Harris a chance. And now you're fucked.
The call is coming from within the house. The call is coming from within the house. Black people advocated, protested, raised money, and all voted accordingly. We are literally the only group of people who cared enough to try and save every other group of people, despite never getting that same energy in return. And the fact that so many Latinos are currently shocked about what's going on in America shows exactly that so many people were not educated and did not know about American policies, were not educated on American history, and had no clue what they were voting for. You heard it was a woman that was unqualified. You heard DEI is related to black people. You heard affirmative action. You heard all of these kind of sparky buzzwords that people try to throw around that mean absolutely nothing, and you fell for it. During BLM, it took a man to lose his life on a video for people to say, maybe those black people are on to something. And that is the difference. We did not need to figure out or even see what was going to happen to Latino people because we never wanted you to be on the opposite end of the discrimination.
This message is for, my brothers and sisters in the Latino community. Right now is a scary time, okay? And I understand that a lot of you are feeling the pressure to be in a situation where you literally don't know if you can go to work, if you can send your kids to school, if you can go to the grocery store without being snatched up by law enforcement and having everything that you know and love taken away from you is not an easy way to live. And because you're feeling that pressure, you don't really know where to turn. So instinctively, you have decided to put your frustrations onto the black community. Now, this is not all of you. We understand that. We understand this is a small number. We understand this is probably the ones who are the most scared by what's going on right now. But the reason you are feeling like you need to be frustrated with us has everything to do with what you were taught to hate in this country. You see, the very people who are snatching you up out of these schools, these hospitals, these churches, your places of work, are also the ones who have been telling you for a long, long time that your biggest obstacle is the Black community. And the reason why a good number of you bought into it is because, wow, your community does have a very rich history here in this country. You were made to believe that if things ever went south, if things ever started to look the way they look right now, we would be the ones in trouble and you would be safe. It's funny, I saw the young lady who posted the video saying that, Latinos were there for Black people during the BLM movement, and she's wondering why we are not having your back now. But that is definitely revisionist history. And take it from somebody who was very active in those protests back in 2020. I lived in Chicago, and we protested in just about every neighborhood in that city, even some Latino communities. And I don't want to make this a big story, but in the Latino community, we were actually jumped. We were actually assaulted by people who lived there because they did not like that we were there trying to preach the message we were preaching. But even now, I have no hard feelings because as a Black man in this country, I fully understand the lie that it continues to sell our communities in order for us to stay at odds with each other. And I was always taught to fight for what is right, even if people don't appreciate it. So I don't hold any ill will towards you. I don't hold any ill will towards the people who are feeling upset with us right now. But what I will say to you, as a small piece of advice, some lessons really need to be learned the hard way. And we are still here for you. Trust me, we are still here, but some lessons need to be learned the hard way. You see, some communities need to understand. They need to understand firsthand how scary and how evil this country can be. For so many years, decades even, so many other ethnic groups, so many other racial backgrounds came into this community and tried to brush off the warning signs that the Black community would give them over and over and over again. But now you can't ignore the fact that this is the reality of America. And they have no love for anybody that is not a straight, white, Christian male. And even though they spent all this time trying to get you all to align with them, they spent decade upon decade trying to tell you that aligning with them would allow for your life to be better in this country. The first chance they got to throw you overboard, the first chance that they got to screw you over, the first chance that they got to subjugate you against your will, they took it. That was the warning that we kept trying to get through to you. That was what we were trying to explain all throughout this campaign process, why you should not be voting for Donald Trump, a man who kept saying over and over that he was going to deport you the second he got into that office. We did our job. We did our job. We took ourselves to the polls and we voted the way we knew would be beneficial to everybody, even the people who didn't love us. We voted to secure those rights. But some of you just did not feel like it was a good idea to vote that way. Some of you really did not want to take our advice. So these are the consequences. America never changed. America has always been like this. But now you are actually seeing it. Whereas before, you kind of just thought it was a myth.
I'm struggling a lot today, seeing all these videos of the hate going around with this mass deportation, and it hurts my heart because, you voted for who you voted for, but why so much hate? How can you mock the kids that are losing their parents, or the parents that are losing their kids, living in constant fear for what may happen to your friends and your family, and even people that you see on social media. It hurts. It hurts. Because why is there so much hate? Why do you have to be this way?
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it is for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming back and supporting me. Okay guys, in today's clip, it's all about MAGA support. For continues, because a lot of people that really came out, they are really regretting why they voted for President Donald Trump, especially Latinos. Latinos, they have came out and they are blaming black people because when they were on demonstration, black people didn't join them on demonstration. They were only Latinos and white people, and the black people that really came out and told them they thought them black people, they did their part, they voted for the red people, but Latino, they played themselves. They are the one who brought themselves this problem. Other black people, they have really came out and said that these Latino people really thought or think they were white Americans, or really thought they were blancos, because President Donald Trump at the end, he has gone against them, and they are really crying out for help. They are really crying out and telling black people they should humble themselves. They are telling black people to join them on their demonstration, because when they were demonstrating on the street, saying that the government is too much, President Donald Trump, he isn't fair at all for what he's really doing, because a lot of people, they have really lost their job. There's a lot of people who have been deported back to their country, especially those illegal immigrants, whether you are criminal or not. To people that are being deported back to their criminal, and Latinos, they have really came out and they are really crying out for help, because they thought if they vote for Donald Trump, maybe it will just affect maybe Asians only or black people only, but they have come to a sense and have realized that they ain't white people, they ain't white Americans, and this is the reason why they are being affected by the government of President Donald Trump. We have all seen how a lot of people, they have lacked food. There's no food, insufficient supply of food to other Latinos. A lot of Latinos, they have really lost their job. They have really, a lot of Latinos, they are being arrested and deported back to their country, especially for those who are illegal immigrants in the United States. And this is the reason, and this is the time they are realizing that they really did a very big mistake, or maybe they really made a mistake for the second time for voting for President Donald Trump, because a lot of people, they are really demonstrating on the street. They just want the government of the United States to hire them, or maybe if it's possible, the government of the United States to change, but it's already too late. They voted for the President Donald Trump, and he's the president. What gonna they do? They will have just to wait for his period to end. At least when the coming president they come, at least they should make sure they are making the right decision. They should pray to God, all black Americans, all white people in the United States, Latinos, Arabs, those who are living in the United States, they should also pray to God, so that at least when the next time the next election is coming in the United States, they pray to God at least to guide them, so that they can elect a better leader, not that leader that will put harsh conditions on them, not that leader that will make their life miserable, not that leader that will make a lot of people to suffer. The life in United States, it has really rise up. High cost of living, high taxes. A lot of people, they are really losing their jobs. Those who started projects, they have lost them. because of the harsh government that is being run by President Donald Trump. But it's already too late. There is nothing that can be done. They will just demonstrate, but they should not blame black people because they are the one who messed up themselves. No, black people, they did their part, they voted for the right person, but Latinos, they really just decided to vote for Donald Trump because they thought they were safe or they will be safe. And this is the reason why they're really coming out. They're crying out for help. They just want the government at least to favor them, but it's already too late. Black people didn't go to any demonstration because they really knew what's really going on, because they voted for the right person. But Latino, they went and voted for President Donald Trump because they thought he will favor them a lot, but they just forgot that they are not white Americans. They just forgot they are not blacks, because President Donald Trump at this time round, he really just doesn't care. All he wants to do is just to make sure he done the things that he put in his agendas. So he will do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't care if he will make enmity with other countries. And he said he will deport all. He wants United States to be clean. If you are in an illegal United States, you will have to be deported forcefully back to your own country. And this was one of his first agendas, and we have all seen how a lot of people are being deported back to their country by United States police. If you refuse, they were being arrested. And earlier on, they really made some deal with other government whereby if you are being arrested, you will be jailed in other countries. If you refuse to go back to your own country, you'll be jailed and be transported back to your own country, or be jailed and taken to other countries' prison. So guys, let us join our hands together. Let us keep on praying for one another, because you all know there is still harsh condition coming. So let us just all unite and all things will be better. So guys, if it was for the first time you are coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you. One love.